for supporting our channel. Please hit that subscribe button as it helps us to grow and provide you with more great content. Today's video is from the channel, FRICN Media. Please show them some support by checking out their channel. Don't forget to subscribe. The link is in the description. Now, let's get into the video.
Oh, look, they got a law library, guys. That's awesome. Hello.
Do you have a mask?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we are requiring that you wear a mask.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You can require your employees to, but not the public. That's not a
yes,
law.
we can.
No,
So
ma'am.
we
You're
would-
mistaken.
I'm-
You're mistaken. You're mistaken. You're
I'm sorry,
mistaken.
I'm gonna have to ask you to
You're
leave if
mistaken.
you don't wear one.
You're mistaken. I'm not even in there, by the way. But you're mistaken. You can't force me to wear a mask. You need to learn. You work in the law library. You should know that.
We are allowed to set patron behaviors
No,
when they
ma'am.
come into the library.
You can't force me to wear a mask, ma'am.
Okay, we can ask you to leave though.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Not if I'm not committing a
Yes.
crime, ma'am. I'm just looking
Yes,
around.
We can. We
No,
are
ma'am.
allowed if you're breaking the rules.
No, ma'am.
And the rules here are that you have to wear a mask.
No, ma'am. You're wrong.
Okay, I'd like you to leave, please.
You're wrong, ma'am. I'm taking pictures. I'm allowed to do
Okay.
this.
You are allowed to take pictures,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I need you to wear a mask.
No,
You're not
ma'am.
allowed to be in here
No,
without
ma'am.
a mask.
You are aware that
You
the
need
man.
to walk out the door.
You need to shut up and let me talk.
Nope, you need to walk out the
You
door.
need
This
to
is not
understand.
appropriate for
I don't care what.
behavior for
You
you
need
in
to
the
understand that
library.
there's a medical exemption to the mask mandate.
You
Period.
did not tell me you had one.
I don't have to. I don't have
You need
to.
to leave.
I don't have to.
We are accommodating people with
Great.
medical
Awesome.
issues.
Awesome. That
through
means I'm going to walk in
curbside
just like any
service.
other public. You're not going to discriminate against me.
Okay, I
That
need
violates
you to
the
leave.
Americans with Disabilities Act. Thank
So
you.
we can get you materials through our curbside service, but
I don't want no material. I'm just taking pictures.
Okay, you need to leave.
I'm not. I'm going to finish taking my pictures.
To leave.
No, ma'am. I'm going to finish taking
You
my
need to
pictures
leave right
and do what I'm
now.
lawfully allowed to do.
Okay, do you want me to call the police?
You do what you feel you need to do, ma'am. You need to learn the law. You work in the law library.
Library?
Retard. Wow. You cannot force the public to wear a mask.
I need you to leave.
No, ma'am. You want me to.
Yes, I do want you to, and...
But you don't always get what you want. I'm taking pictures. I'm doing what I'm allowed to do. Don't
You
cause a
need to leave.
disturbance, ma'am. Be quiet.
That's really rude, dude.
Don't
You
cause a
need to leave.
disturbance. Don't cause a disturbance. Be quiet. It's a
You are the
library.
one causing
No,
the
ma'am.
disturbance.
No, ma'am. We'll go
You
back
need
in
to
there.
walk out the
Why do you
door right
keep coming
now.
closer to me, ma'am? Go back in there where
You
you
need
was
to
at.
leave.
No, go back in there where you was at and
You
leave me
need
alone.
to leave this library
No, ma'am.
right now.
No, ma'am.
Sir,
Out
you're being
the
asked to
door.
leave right now.
You can't make me.
need
You can't
to
make me leave
leave.
because I'm not wearing a mask. I'm medically exempt.
Leave.
Period. Point blank.
Sir,
And that's the end of it.
You're going to be banned from the library if you do not
Well,
leave
you
right
do what
now.
you need to do, ma'am. I'm allowed to do
Out.
this. I'm allowed to do this. I don't care if you like it or not. You can't force me to wear a mask. Violates the Americans with Disability Act. You should know that. Teen library area here. People have lost their minds, I swear. Lost their minds. Miles Davis. Ridiculous. People have lost their minds. It's a pretty nice library. Quite large, I must say.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Are you got a mask with you?
No, sir. Wow, why is people yelling? That's what I thought.
Come to the library if you got something serious to do, because you ain't gonna get it done.
Are you recording right now?
I am. Wow.
I'm not exactly sure why you're recording everybody from the library.
I'm not recording everybody in the library. I'm just walking around taking a tour of the building.
Who are you recording?
Huh?
You're recording this gentleman right here?
Well, sure. You're
recording me?
Yeah, sure. You're an employee, aren't you?
You can't record
You work for the
in
public.
I do.
You work for the public,
I
right?
do.
Okay.
And you cannot be filming in here without prior permission.
That's not true.
That is
That's
the
not
policy
true.
of the library.
That's not true. I don't care what
know-
I don't care what your policy is. The law says I can do this.
Why are you filming here?
Because the law says we can. That's why. And people need to learn what the law is. And
We
to
also ask people to wear masks.
but I can't wear a mask.
Well, then you're going to have to exit the
No,
building.
sir. No, sir. You can't discriminate against me. That's a violation of the Americans with Disability Act. You understand that? There's a medical exemption to the mask mandate. You understand that? That's not a law. It's not a law.
I'm just going to have to ask you to stop filming.
Well, you can ask, but I'm not gonna.
If you don't cooperate with
I don't have to cooperate. I'm doing what I'm lawfully allowed to do. Time, place, and manner, sir. Time, place, and manner. I'm behaving myself appropriately. Everybody else is causing a big stink. Not me. But that guy over there starts yelling and nobody wants to say anything to him. We're minding our business, being quiet.
Well, there are two. Yes.
These people think they have authority that they don't have. They work for the public. You work for the taxpayers. Nonfiction, religion, Bible, Christianity. Oh yeah, nice selection here, guys. Real nice selection. This is a very huge library, very beautiful building. So if you guys are in the Kalamazoo area and you want to come to the public library, here it is. Here's a guided tour of it. Although they're mask Nazis here, they think they can force the public to wear a mask. They can force their employees to wear a mask, but they cannot force the public to wear a mask. It's an option. If you can't breathe with it on your face, they cannot mandate you wear it. Public employees need to learn their place. People pay your salaries. Okay, so here's the children's room here. So that's where you can take your children so they can get their books. Here we go. We got an events volunteer Kalamazoo community event. Is this the only entrance exit right there, or is there another one? I don't either. I think she's waiting to check out. Oh, okay, cool. See if they got it. Awesome.
You would think it was big as this way.
Right, you would think so. Wow, that's crazy. This is the second library we've been to today that don't have it. This is the first one that wanted to try and throw us out because we didn't have a mask on. Yeah, yeah, that down. They got all library down there. Yeah, yeah, they flipped out down there. Police are here. See if I can meet them. Yeah, there they are. Right there he is.
You're such an ass.
My name's Patrick.
Last name, Patrick?
Jouppi is Jouppi.
And your nucleus?
1214.
I guess you're still here in the library?
I'm a librarian. Multiple members of staff and security of all.
Okay. Patrick, what's your phone number here?
There's a patron on the lower level with the camera walking around with no mask.
7845.
All right. Come over, sir. In the library.
But he's not wearing a mask and they're not saying a word to him. Ooh. And he's got a body camera on recording. Ooh.
Okay. At that point, they refuse to leave. That's when they start. Okay. That's how it is. Then we just talk about That's what one of our policies is. Sure. So they can make whatever they have to say. Passport. These gentlemen, because I think that's why they're here. Yeah. And so, at this point, we just want them to cease what they're doing and exit the library. Okay. Jared, what's up, Dave? 72371. And your title here at the library? Head IT. And your phone number for your work is?
Yeah, you were right, they were mad.
Sorry, 567.
But yet the cop's in here without a mask and recording with his body camera and they're not saying nothing to him. So imagine that.
Sorry, I don't want to keep
Oh no, you're fine. See the double standard?
All right, well, I'll ask you later.
If he doesn't want to, you can go to the prosecutor for trespassing.
I'll verify that's our process.
Okay.
That's comical.
Gentlemen, can I talk to you guys outside, please?
Like you were talking to you?
We can talk right here,
Because
can
I'd
we?
like you guys to leave the library.
Why is
so
that?
Can we just step
Why?
outside, please?
Why?
They've asked-
I'm lawfully allowed to be here recording like I'm doing without a mask. I'm within the law. Their policies does not dictate my life, okay?
Okay.
Their mandates
Sir,
for
can we
their
please
masks
just step
are for
outside?
them, for their employees, not for me.
12.
And I'm not trespassing. This is a public library, publicly accessible to all the public.
Time, place, and manner.
Time, place, and manner. We conducted ourselves properly. We were not being disorderly. Everybody else was.
12 to 10. Hi, it is the library. Can we step out here, please? Is that conversation?
Can we stand right here? Yeah, we stand right here,
I
can't
prefer
we?
we stand right here.
Why is that?
Because I'm not wearing a mask.
Because,
and they would
because
like
it's
me
out of
to.
the building and you want to make them think you made me leave. When you
No.
have no authority to make me leave this
Sir,
building, I'm not committing a crime.
You asked me a question, I'm trying to
Okay.
answer it.
Okay.
They would like people to wear masks inside the library.
Right, but
I
they
do
didn't
not.
ask you to wear one.
Let me finish what I'm telling you, okay? They would like people to wear masks inside the library. I don't have one with me,
Okay.
so that's why I'm asking you to come out
All
here
right,
with me and
I don't
speak
have
with
one
me
either,
outside.
but they got them right there at the door, so if you want to grab one, you could. But
Okay,
again,
please step out here.
because their policy mandates their employees wear a mask, they cannot force that on the public. It's a mandate, not a law. You enforce the
Okay.
law, sir, not mandates or feelings.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And
their
as long-
policy that you have to have a
well,
mask
but
on
their
to come in the
policy
building.
does not trump my rights. You understand? The policy is for employees.
Excuse us, sir.
Policy isn't for employees. Just like you have a policy and a code of conduct with your agency, this public library, their employees have a policy or a code of conduct that they have to follow. We as people, as the people of the United States, as citizens, we have to follow the law and the Constitution. All right? So as this being a publicly funded library, funded by tax dollars, then the people have a right to come in here and record. Okay, and they can't force me to wear a mask. If I tell them I'm medically exempt from the mandate, which I don't even have to tell them that, but I was kind enough to do that, then they should honor that, but they don't want to. They're just super mad that we're recording. And everybody else is in there is causing a disturbance, yelling and everything, but they're not saying anything to them. We're being quiet, minding our business, keeping our distance from people, and they want to call you guys because we don't want to listen to them, even though we weren't doing anything wrong. We didn't commit a
Oh,
crime.
anyway, sir, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to get that. I had a question about something else that you had us to do.
It is hot. It's like they got the heat cooking in here. You know, but they need to understand that they can't just willy-nilly throw somebody out of a library just because they're not following their policy. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you show up and then we come outside with you, then they think they've won and made us leave, which they have no authority to make us leave because we're not doing anything wrong.
I understand.
Yeah, that's all we're trying to say is we're not doing anything wrong. We was being quiet. We was minding our business. We was not messing with anybody. People came up to us. I told them, hey, please be quiet and leave me alone and just let me do what I'm doing. And that's that. I don't want to wear your mask. I'm medically exempt from it. I can't breathe with it on my face. Period.
The other issue that they have is that they don't want people reporting in the library without pre-authorization.
But the Constitution gives me pre-authorization under the First Amendment.
Okay, well, they would beg to differ. They have a disagreement with you on that.
Well, they can disagree all they want to, but law is law, sir.
What is your business at the library today?
To come document this library. We document the library, we give a virtual tour of the library, and then we leave.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't necessarily have to have, I mean, this is my business. I'll come to your police department and do the same thing.
Okay.
I'll go to the city hall and do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all we're saying. And they're all twisted, got their panties up in a bunch because they can't force us to bend to their will, but they have no authority to make me bend to their will. They work for the people. The taxpayers pay their paycheck just like they pay yours, right? Tax dollars?
Do you really identify yourself, sir?
Why would I do that?
Common request.
Oh, okay, well, I'll tell you like this. My friends call me Spanky Pants, and if you want to be my friend, you can call me Spanky Pants. Otherwise, it's Sir.
Okay. Seems like a pretty reasonable thing to do.
What's that?
Give your name.
Why?
Why not?
But why? Does the Fourth? I know, but just because you ask, don't mean I have to. That's part of the Fourth Amendment, right?
You don't have to, but it seems
Well,
like
yeah,
a pretty reasonable thing to ask.
Well, to some people, it might seem reasonable. To me, it seems like an invasion of my privacy. Unless I've committed a crime and broken the law, then even then, I don't even have to give you my name. I can make you cuff me, take me to the jail, run my prints and my mugshot, and get my identification that way. That's the way the Michigan law is. I don't have to give you my identification or tell you who I am or any of that. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, you know what I'm saying? But I know what my rights are. I know what my rights are.
Yeah, it seems like you're just kind of fishing for a conflict.
No, sir, I don't ever fish for a conflict. I want people to leave me alone. And I don't want people to call the cops on me for not breaking the law. And you understand, we can record inside your vehicles. That's not private property. The taxpayers pay for those vehicles. And it's plain view doctrine. Whatever I can see, I can record right through your window, right? As long as your vehicle is secure, you're good to go. We would never dream of trying to open your guys' doors. We're not trying to break the law or nothing. We just want our rights to be honored and respected. So the librarians got all butthurt. We had cameras in the library, which we're lawfully allowed to do, and they called the fuzz on us. So they show up 3 deep, 4 deep for guys with cameras because we don't want to abide by their policy that violates my rights. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can't trump my rights with policy, ma'am. No, you cannot. You cannot force me to wear a mask. You cannot force me to wear a mask. It's not law. And you ain't got a mask on. Put your mask on. Put your mask on. Yeah, put your mask on. See? That's what I'm talking about. You guys go in there without masks and they don't say anything to you, huh? Why are you trying to get behind me for? Hey, she's not wearing a mask. You guys should really learn the law. You're law enforcement, guys. Not feelings enforcement. Tools, man. Huh? Oh, no. So we'll see. They're going to try to unlawfully enforce policy over law. We'll see. People need to learn the law, man. I swear. So now they're going to guard the door to make sure we don't go back in, you know. I shouldn't have left, but. So why is it that you two get to go in the library without a mask, but you want to say we're not allowed to? Why is it that you get to go into the library and he gets to go into the library without a mask, and you're both recording with your body cams, the same thing we're doing, but yet they want to make a big deal out of us doing it, but not you?
We respectfully left after asking them what they wanted to make a police report about. So because we respected their rules and left, they didn't have a problem.
Yeah, but their policy is for their employees. Okay, and there is a code of conduct when you're in a public building that you must conduct yourself in a proper manner. We're not running around yelling, causing any kind of disturbances. In fact, there were people upstairs yelling, all right, and all of the employees chasing us around the building, being disorderly. Okay, as long as we respect time, place, and manner.
The library has a policy. They don't.
But their policy doesn't trump our rights. Under the First Amendment, I'm allowed to record.
But you have to make a pre-award.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's false.
That's how they feel.
That's false. Well, they feel wrong, and they are wrong. Because, huh?
I said the library requested.
The library requested what?
They would like to send you ban letters, so they were requesting your name and address.
Oh, well, they tell them to send it to Spanky Pants. I mean, you can't ban somebody from a public building just because they're conducting themselves at the proper time, in the proper manner, and in the proper place. Okay? Because tax dollars pay for this building, right? It pays all their salaries for all the people that work there, just like your guys's. Tax dollars pays your guys' salary.
Okay.
Right? So,
I have no idea.
I'm sure. I know it is. It's a public library, and they're publicly funded by tax dollars, just like the police departments and the fire departments.
Is there something we can do for you? Or you
No, we just wanted to walk through and record like we're lawfully allowed to do.
They said that you need to make a pre.
But that's not true, ma'am. That's not true, ma'am. You know how many libraries we go to? That the Constitution gives me that pre-authorization under the First
The
Amendment.
problem is you guys are upsetting some of the other.
But hold on, but my
You're not
no,
upsetting them,
no, no, no,
you're
no, no,
upsetting
no.
themselves. Are you feeling police or law enforcement?
Right. My presence merely with my camera cannot hurt someone's feelings and break the law. Okay? Their feelings don't trump my rights.
They're requesting that you don't come in here. So just to maintain public peace, I request that you don't as well.
Well, then make them be peaceful and respect my right.
You appear to be very peaceful.
Well, they weren't earlier.
Just as you are. Okay.
Chasing me all the way through the building, got people yelling and this, that, and the other. I mean,
the problem is solved now because you guys are done and they're peaceful and you're
I might want to go back in.
Well, I prefer you don't with the camera. If you'd like to shut your camera off,
But I don't want to stop my camera. This is for my protection as well.
Okay.
I mean, you got a body cam and he's got a body cam.
Right.
I don't want to wear a body cam. I have this, and this is for my
Well,
protection.
then call ahead and you're
But I
welcome
don't
to make an
have
appointment.
to. That's where you get it twisted. I don't have to.
Okay.
Just because they think I have to, that doesn't mean they're right.
Okay.
I mean, this is by far the first library I've went into and done this. And every time I'm proven right that I'm allowed to do what I'm doing because I know the law and I know what I'm allowed to do and I know what my rights are. And just because they disagree doesn't make them right.
Okay.
And you should tell them that we do have the right to do what we're doing. Only if you truly believe it, though.
Okay.
Do you truly believe that we have the right to do what we're doing?
Are irrelevant.
Okay. All right. Well, what's the law? Go ahead. What's the law say
About what?
about coming into a publicly accessible building? The proper. Let me slide out of their way. I don't want to block the door or nothing, guys. But you know, as long as we're conducting ourselves at the proper time during business hours in the proper manner, we're not being disorderly.
Follow the rules.
Well, I was following the rules, ma'am.
No, the rules are that they don't allow recording without
But that violates my rights, and they can't institute a policy that violates my rights. But I can choose to stay too.
Okay.
If you think it's violating your civil rights, then you could try to civilly sue them in the future.
But I don't want to sue nobody. I just want them to respect the people's rights. Why is it that all the libraries, all public libraries, have this policy, but yet when I come and challenge it, it falls right on its face, and an officer shows up. We just did it in Galesburg,
Yeah.
and a Kalamazoo County Sheriff's deputy showed up, and he said, "You guys are good to go."
Okay.
And we stayed in the library all that we wanted to and recorded
So what you wanna
because
do
that's
is walk
within the
around
law,
and
without being hindered and being bothered because I'm narrating a story as I'm doing it, and they keep interrupting me.
We're not trying to.
I'm not trying to bother anybody. I'm not recording the customers.
The library itself
they have their anonymity. I leave the customers alone. I don't bother them. I didn't even bother the staff.
What is the issue with then making an appointment then, so they can then do it through their policies?
But their policy doesn't trump my right. That's the point I'm trying to make.
It does, but I'm just saying it would be easier for everyone involved.
Right.
That way you guys could do what you want and they could do what they want.
For sure,
This-
but
that'd be
the whole
resolved.
point is showing up with a camera unannounced. Okay, it's called an audit to make sure somebody respects the First Amendment.
Okay.
Okay, so under the Constitution, under the First Amendment, under freedom of the press, anybody who picks up a camera, a pen, a paper, and gathers matters of public interest for dissemination to the public makes you press under the First Amendment. Okay, and to call ahead and let them know, hey, we want to come and do some recording in the library.
Yeah.
You know, would you accommodate us? That kind of negates the whole fact of the audit that,
You're telling me that then your audit would not be reliable?
well, it wouldn't show their true reaction and how they truly react to people who are exercising their rights.
What is the goal of the audit, if you don't mind me asking?
Just to make sure people respect our rights.
Okay.
I mean, some people like to walk around and open carry their pistols,
Yeah.
right? And flex their Second Amendment right. I walk around with my camera and flex my First Amendment right.
Okay.
And I document it to see who respects the Constitution and the people's rights and who don't, and who wants to try because here, as of late, ever since this whole bug thing, everybody wants to institute policies and mandates and negate the people's rights through policy and mandate and not law.
Okay.
And that's the point we're trying to make, because this is a nation that was founded.
So if you made your point here, is that...
But I don't want them to think that you guys made us leave like we was doing something
I'm
wrong.
not making you leave.
I know, but I'm not in there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So in their mind right now, they're thinking you guys are keeping us out here instead of in there from what we're allowed to do lawfully.
Okay.
And that's the way they see it.
What would solve this problem for today? What do you want to do? Walk through the library with your camera
Yep.
on?
And for them to leave me alone.
How long will that take?
Maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes or so. Won't take me
We've
long.
already been on the top floor. Right around here.
So you just want to walk the first floor with your cameras on?
And them leave me alone. And that's it.
And then we'll leave.
And respect my rights. And if they do that, I'll leave and I won't bother them no more. I wouldn't bother them in the first place. I just wanted to come take a tour. I'd never been here. And this is a pretty big library. And it's a really nicely built library. It's got some really cool features to it. We're not trying to make your guys' job hard. You guys got crime to fight out there. I feel like your time is wasted here dealing with us.
Could I get your badge number, sir?
15469.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, we were staying quiet. We weren't trying to irritate people.
No, I was keeping my distance, because I don't wear a mask. I try to maintain a 6-foot distance from people. And then the lady in the library came all the way out of her office and came all the way up to me with a mask in her hand, trying to shove it on my face. Well, okay, no, that's not the law, ma'am. Your policy applies to you as an employee and to the other employees that work here. And that's what they fail to understand. I mean, if I was in there yelling and cussing at somebody, or knocking books off a table, or berating the employees with bad names, I would understand asking me to leave, but I wasn't doing any of that. I tried to de-escalate the situation every time they came up to me. I'm like, can you just leave me alone and be quiet? Don't cause a disturbance here and just let me finish. That way, next time somebody else, who likes to record in public comes and wants to document their trip to the library, they can do so unimpeded and not bothered, I'd understand too if I was like, somebody's on a computer and I'm all up on the computer, all up in their face. I would never do that. I try not to invade people's personal space, because I wouldn't want somebody invading mine. You seem really disinterested in what I have to say.
I'm not going to get into it with you, man.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. You can't. You really can't. But all you can do is enforce the law, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Try to maintain a little bit of order.
Absolutely. That's what we need. Some law and order in this country. As corny as that sounds. I mean, just like a year, 2 years ago, I don't remember, when all them protests were kicking off and everybody said that, You know, people's got the right to protest and burn buildings. I disagreed with that. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was right. But, you know, I didn't bother people over it, and I didn't berate people over it. I let them exercise what they felt was their right. I don't think you should be able to destroy somebody's personal property because you're mad, but, you know, some people have different beliefs nowadays. But, you know, what it all boils down to is the Constitution and the laws of, you know, our Michigan Constitution as well. Not only just the United States Constitution, but the Michigan Constitution.
Is she calling sergeant?
She is the sergeant.
Oh, she is the sergeant? Okay, awesome. Yeah, because we don't want to tie you guys up here by no means. A lot of times we go into libraries, we do this, and nobody says anything to us, and they're like, "Hi, how you doing? Have a great day," and then we turn around and leave, and that's the end of it.
We're going to talk to staff to see if we can get this resolved here.
Are you guys Kalamazoo City or Township?
We're in the city of Kalamazoo.
You work for the city police? Okay. Because I know there's like the Kalamazoo Township Police Department and then the city police department. I wasn't sure. She looks familiar, like I've seen her before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just can't put my finger on it. This is like maybe only the second or third time I've ever been to Kalamazoo. So when I go to cities, you know, like last year, all of this stuff was closed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you couldn't even go in. So now that things are opening back up, I want to be able to do my tours. I like touring government buildings, public libraries, city halls, county administration buildings, sheriff's departments, police departments. And I have almost 19,000 subscribers on YouTube that very much enjoy the virtual tours that I give. And they also like really good cops who honor their oath and uphold the law. We're always looking for you guys to shine.
That guy would like to leave without being recorded. Can
Pardon
you,
me?
That gentleman would like to leave without being recorded. Can you
Yeah,
let him?
absolutely, for sure.
They said they won't
100%.
record you, sir.
100%. Oh.
They're turning it somewhere else.
Yep, no, not recording me.
Yeah, he's turning it the other way. They're gonna just make sure anyone that wants to leave and not be recorded is allowed to leave.
Okay. Yeah, I got no problem not recording the people.
guys will-
I wasn't trying to record the people that were in
I
here.
think that's part of the problem. Some people get
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and that's why
Totally,
they
I
have these
understand.
policies.
I understand.
So
But what people need to really realize nowadays is you have no privacy in public anymore. From the time you leave your house in the morning to the time you get home, you're probably on camera 1,000 times, I bet. Because there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah. That's fair, but some people feel weird when there's a person holding a camera.
I know.
And, you know, looking in the windows and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm just gonna ask, we'll get you guys walk through where you need to walk through, and then hopefully we can move on from there if that works.
Sounds like a plan.
I think it's the idea of the live streaming kind of freaks people
Well,
out.
I'm just recording. I'm not live
Right,
streaming.
but they don't know that. They're
Right,
just-
totally,
now
totally.
they're on somebody's TV.
Right. I understand that totally. I don't like being on camera myself. I hardly ever put myself on camera, but I don't really get upset because somebody else wants to put me on camera.
Okay. All
Cool?
right, gentlemen,
Good to
if you wanna
go?
get your-
All right, awesome guys. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll just walk around this main floor and then we'll leave.
I just love the view.
I do. I really love that architecture, guys. I love these I-beam style light tracks. It's pretty cool. These lights are awesome. Huh? Aren't they cool? Absolutely.
Huge camera right there.
Yeah. Huge camera right there. I absolutely love this here. That prism effect.
It is pretty cool. Prism effect for sure.
It's awesome architecture, man. I love architecture. All right, and then we'll leave them be. Hopefully next time somebody shows up with a camera, they'll act a little differently. We'll see. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
You too.
Nice evening.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You are the foundation to our channel. Please subscribe, like, and share.